Do you feel your salary is not increasing as per expectation? Do you feel that your business is not doing well? Do you also feel that people are not spending, they're not buying stuff because of which your sales are hit? Then let me tell you, my friends, you are not alone. This is happening with majority of Indians right now. The salaries jump which is coming is not happening so much. It's only around 7-8%. The businesses are not doing well. The sales are coming down. And the big reason for this is that the Indian economy is slowing down. For last 2 to 2.5 years, Indian economy has not been doing well. Lot of time people don't believe this information because sometimes media is projecting something else, and there's so much of information, so much of noise. Sometimes with people saying that Indian economy is doing phenomenally well, and when we look at the data, sometimes it shows that Indian economy is struggling. And so what in this video I'm going to tell you the exact picture what's happening. The good news is that the economy is expected to bounce back, and hopefully your salary and businesses are also expected to do well. Let me show you some interesting data of what's happening on the Indian economy. Now, what I have looked at is there are top 500 companies which are listed in India, the large cap, mid cap, small cap. It generally covers most of the universe and the top performing companies in India. Now, this chart shows the sales growth of the top 500 companies in India. So, if we look at June 2023 onwards, last 9 quarters, the sales growth has been in the range of 7 to 8%, my friends. Only 7 to 8%. A growing economy in the past, which was doing very well. If you look at the period in June 2022, December 2022, and so on, the growth was big time. And I'm sure during that time, the salaries which you were getting were much higher, the growth was higher, the business sales was higher. But last 9 quarters or 2.5 years has been a big pain. If the top companies are not being able to increase the sales, you can imagine what's happening to these smaller companies, and it includes all these listed companies. Hindustan Unilever, Procter and Gamble, even the listed ones, Zomato, Swiggy, everyone, Reliance. So they all are struggling. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because globally the interest rates have been very high, and the interest rate went up primarily because of your Russia-Ukraine war, because of which the oil prices went up and there was inflation globally, and US hiked the interest rates to 5.5% in dollar. Generally, the US interest rates are in the region of 0 to 1%. But because the interest rates are so high in dollar terms, 5.5% is very high, because generally INR, the rupee, weakens against the dollar 3-4% every year. So you can imagine the rates are similar to around 9% in INR. And when interest rates are high, people don't borrow a lot. You will not borrow a lot, because you don't want to spend money at a very high borrowing cost. Even companies, they don't borrow a lot, and they don't set up new projects, they don't do capex because the borrowing cost is high. For people to spend and companies to spend, the interest rates have to be lower. Last 2-3 years, the interest rates have been high globally. So the global economy as such has not been doing very well. In India also, the RBI has been keeping high interest rates because globally the interest rates were high and we had high inflation. The good news is that the inflation has now come down, and RBI has started cutting the rate. This year, RBI has cut the rate by 1%, and we hope that September onwards, RBI will again cut the rate. In fact, we want RBI to aggressively cut the rate by another 1.5%, so that people can borrow, they can spend money, and there is a demand boost in the economy. Even the US is contemplating to cut the interest rates, and we expect US to cut the interest rates by another 1.5%. It has already cut by 1% this year, and there is further expectation that rates will come down. So interest rates coming down should be good for the global economy, and even Indian economy should do well. Second good thing which the government is doing is that it's planning to do GST reform. When I say GST reform, it's planning to simplify the GST rate and also reduce the GST rate in a lot of commodities and categories and services. So what I believe is that if the rate cut happens on the GST, if the rate interest rate cuts happens by RBI, then people will have more money to spend and hopefully the economy will do well and your company sales growth will go up, the profit will go up, the salaries will go up, and even the stock market should do well. So keeping fingers crossed and hoping the economy to shoot up, generally what India does. Thank you.